It all started with an email that seemed innocent enough, but I should have known better. Karen, the self-declared ruler of our HOA, had that unique talent for turning small things into crises and making them someone else's problem. The subject. Line read, "Perfect venue for our monthly HOA mixer, your boat." I almost laughed at her audacity. My boat was private, docked at a marina I paid for, insured under my name, and clearly outside the HOA's jurisdiction. But Karen, somehow, believed it was a communal resource, like a shared picnic table. I replied within 10 minutes. "Absolutely not," I wrote, citing liability concerns, marina policy, and my personal refusal. I thought that would end it. It didn't. A few days later, I had to leave town for a family funeral. I made sure everything on the boat was secure, locked the cabin, disabled the ignition, double-secured the dock lines, and made sure my newly installed Ring camera was active and linked to my phone. I left feeling uneasy, but confident. That night at 8:47 p.m., the alert came. Motion detected on the dock. My stomach sank. I opened the live stream and froze. There she was, Karen, in full party mode, a wine glass in one hand, a cooler in the other, followed by 3 HOA board members in golf polos and boat shoes, carrying plastic cups and a speaker system like they were marching into the world's most absurd frat party. One waved at the camera as if to say, "Smile. This is history in the making." I called my neighbor, listed as my emergency contact at the marina. After an awkward pause, he admitted Karen had convinced him I'd given her permission to get the key. She had lied, manipulated, and trespassed. My blood boiled. I rewatched the footage, hearing her smug declaration, "He'll get over it. It's not like we're damaging anything." Oh, they were about to damage something, all right. Their own dignity. I could have called the marina or the police immediately, but that felt too predictable. These weren't merely clueless neighbors. They were arrogant, entitled, and deserved a lesson in humility. Instead, I took a deep breath, reviewed my boat's app, and smiled. The motor was disabled remotely. The dock ropes, motorized release system. One tap and the lines could loosen. And the tide. Tonight's outgoing tide was perfect. With a light offshore breeze and just enough current, the boat could drift gently away from the marina if untethered. I grabbed a drink, sat back, and watched the chaos unfold. Karen was giving a tour of the bridge, phone in hand, oblivious. One board member danced, another peed over the side like a frat party initiation, and yet another waved at the imaginary audience online. I opened my app, clicked release, and the boat slowly drifted. At first, they didn't notice. Karen was too busy mumbling into Instagram Live about exclusive HOA yacht night. Minutes later, panic set in. The dock lights grew smaller, the background shifted, and she dropped her phone, running to the back yelling, "Why are we moving?" One tried the ignition, dead. Another looked for a paddle like this was a canoe. "Who's driving this thing?" someone shouted. "Not them. Not anymore." I contacted the Coast Guard to report unauthorized use of the vessel, uploaded my Ring footage, and left them to the tide. Slowly, hilariously, the boat drifted half a mile from the dock. Karen and her crew were trapped in their own mistake, and I sat back, sipping my drink, letting gravity and salt water deliver the lesson. By the time the Coast Guard intercepted, 7 miles offshore, Karen was sobbing, Greg had vomited, and one board member muttered about jellyfish conspiracies. No injuries, just egos bruised beyond repair. The following morning, the Coast Guard confirmed the vessel was secure. I reassured them that I was not in danger. The trespassers were responsible for their own predicament. The officers were professional, documenting everything while I provided text messages, footage, and witness testimony. Back in the HOA, Karen scrambled to save face. She convened an emergency meeting, insisting I had orchestrated the drift as some kind of trap. But her credibility had already sunk. The neighbor who handed over my key testified, The footage was undeniable, and every member could see her grinning as she boarded. The vote was decisive. Karen was removed as HOA president, 6-1, with Greg abstaining, probably still seasick from the ordeal. Legally, I could have pursued trespassing, maritime violations, and even emotional distress claims. Instead, I sent an itemized invoice for repair and cleaning costs, with photos documenting the damage. When they hesitated, my attorney sent a formal demand letter, and the money arrived 2 days later. The crowning moment was the email to the entire HOA list. Friendly reminder, respecting private property, followed by 3 simple points. My boat is not a rental, lying to neighbors is still trespassing, and next time there won't be. A soft tide. Silence followed, perfectly fitting. No one dared respond. Karen learned the hard way that entitlement and arrogance don't grant rights over other people's property. My revenge wasn't reckless or illegal. It was strategic, measured, and absolutely satisfying. The story spread in whispers throughout the community, a cautionary tale for anyone thinking that private property is open season. I had documented everything, avoided physical confrontation, and let nature handle the embarrassment. The lesson: respect boundaries, or tides and Wi-Fi-enabled ropes will do it for you. Life returned to normal for me, but the HOA would never forget the night Karen's party went maritime, a slow, helpless drift that proved arrogance meets its match. No one was hurt, but reputations sank faster than any anchor could hold, and Karen's reign of HOA terror was over. In the end, order, law, and a little technology ensured justice, leaving me with satisfaction, peace, and the perfect story of suburban rebellion against entitled chaos.